Hello everyone, back to tuning in today's first video, doing European Outlook for today's first video. So, as always on a Thursday, we're having a look at the weather for the next week to 10 days in detail across Europe, and I shall get on that for you very shortly. Just say that the second video coming up later on today will be a 10 to 14 day. We'll include all of regular features as well. That'll be coming up later on this afternoon. Please smash the like button if you're enjoying videos on the channel, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much, everybody. After doing that, drop a comment, let us know what you think. Right, so we're going to start off with the situation across Europe today. Thursday, the 18th of March. High pressure is out to west of UK and Ireland, bringing a lot of dry and fine weather to Western Europe, but northern, central, eastern, some western parts of Europe actually in quite a cold northerly wind today. It looks particularly cold across the northern parts of Scandinavia. So upper air temperatures show that it's bitterly cold actually across central north parts of Scandinavia into northeastern Europe and western Russia. Cold air is extending all the way down through many parts of Europe, though, all the way down towards France, for example, and northern Italy as well. Even in the Mediterranean, it is probably quite a bit cooler than you would expect it to be. Relatively mild in the far west, so Ireland, Scotland looking pretty mild through there, and down in the Mediterranean, Spain and Portugal have got the mildest upper air temperatures in the Med, especially southern parts of Spain. But even there, probably a bit on the chilly side, really, if anything today. Coldest in the north of Europe, though. Precipitation-wise, a lot of dry weather over Scandinavia, but it will be cold enough for any precipitation that falls to be snow. They've got showers through the central and western parts of Europe. There'll be a wintry mix, I would have thought. Then coming down into Mediterranean, some quite heavy showers developing around the holiday islands and eastern parts of Spain. Some showers through Italy as well, going down towards Greece, and up the east side of Europe, we've got a few showers coming through there as well. Ireland, UK looking rather dry, except some patchy rain in the far east of England. Right, so where are we going to now? So precipitation-wise, we've done that. Precipitation-wise, temperature-wise. Right, so temperature-wise, cold for northern and northeastern parts of Europe, bitterly cold through there with temperatures well below freezing. Pretty cold air extending all the way down towards France and Spain as well. Temperatures really struggling in the far northwest. It's quite a bit milder through Ireland and the UK, with temperatures rising possibly to mid-teens Celsius, some parts of southwest of Scotland, and also into Ireland as well. Through the Med, it was pretty mild, quite warm through the central bowl of the Med, a little bit on the colder side though as we go further eastwards, and generally reasonably warm through southern parts of Spain and Portugal. Friday, high pressure builds in from the Atlantic in towards western parts of Europe. The cold northerly northeast is being pushed over more towards the eastern side of Europe. Look at that cold plunge through the east and the northeast. -10 Celsius iceberg pushing down into eastern northeast parts of Germany and into Poland as well. That cold extending back up through the Baltic Sea and into Scandinavia. Most parts of the Mediterranean are looking quite cool. Really, both Spain and Portugal is a little bit milder, and Ireland and the UK again, possibly into parts of Norway too, beginning to look quite mild through there. Lots of dry weather in the northwest and the west of Europe, and that ridge of high pressure, though there will be some snow through central and northern parts of Norway, but generally Scandinavia down through Ireland and the UK, quite a bit of dry weather. Showers across eastern parts of Europe, going down to the Mediterranean, big showers and thunderstorms breaking out through the central bowl of the Med from like the holiday islands, Mallorca, Minorca, Ibiza, Balearic Islands, all the way over towards Corsica and Sardinia. The southeast of the Med again, east parts of the Med, Greece and Turkey, looking rather drier through there tomorrow. Temperature-wise, very cold across the northern parts of Europe, well below freezing again through much of Scandinavia and into northeastern parts of Europe and northwestern Russia. It's a pretty cool scene, really, through most parts of Europe, just outside of the UK, and some parts of northwestern France looking a little bit milder. Saturday, we'll take another area of low pressure in towards northern parts of Scandinavia. That could bring some more snow up there. Ridge of high pressure from the Atlantic extending into the western part of Europe, and then generally quite cool and showery through southern and eastern and southeastern parts of Europe. Upper air temperatures show that the coldest air is extending down from the west of Russia into these western and central parts of Europe, so into Germany. We've got -10 Celsius ice firm once again on Saturday. It is a pretty cold scene for most parts of Europe, actually, as we go into the weekend. Again, the far west, northwest looks milder, so milder areas coming in across Scandinavia, but possibly with some snow from central northern parts of Scandinavia anyway. I know the UK looking reasonably mild through there under the ridge of high pressure, and then down to Mediterranean again, probably a little bit cooler than you expect in most parts of Med with the upper air temperatures. Quite a bit of dry weather as that high pressure extends in from the Atlantic through Europe, so many places looking dry. What precipitation there is like snow across Norway, pushing in towards Sweden, possibly some snow around Finland as well, and then particularly so down from Mediterranean, some heavy showers, thunderstorms, especially in this southeastern part. East part of the Med, so Greece could get some big downpours on Saturday, and possibly some showers for Italy, northern parts of Africa as well. Might see some showers on Saturday. Temperature-wise, not as cold across northern and northeastern parts of Europe, but still struggling to get much above freezing, really, especially so in the northwest of Russia. Still quite a cold scene across many central eastern parts of Europe as well. It's the far west and northwest, but looks a little bit milder. Sunday will look like that, so low pressure developing around Italy and down in towards the southeast and eastern part of Mediterranean. That might bring more heavy showers and thunderstorms. Again, ridge of high pressure is dominating out in the west, keeping western parts of Europe a lot drier. Our air temperatures look cold again, Scandinavia. Another push of cold air from the Arctic down into central parts of Scandinavia. Otherwise, quite cool with those upper air temperatures again from many central and eastern parts of Europe. On Sunday, it's a little bit hotter down in the eastern part of the Med. Spain and Portugal don't look too bad for upper air temperatures, and possibly quite mild again through either the UK under that ridge of high pressure. Quite a lot of dry weather across Europe on Sunday. Heavy showers and thunderstorms in this east and southeastern part of the Med down here. Some showers through the central bowl of Med too. But again, the emphasis is on a lot of dry weather actually on Sunday. Temperature-wise, excuse me, temperature-wise on Sunday, mildest temperatures are across western parts of Europe. It's coldest again in northern and eastern parts of Europe. Monday, a high pressure is dominating across western areas. Low pressure is in the east and the southeast. Quite cold northerly winds with that area of low pressure as well. And a little bit milder across central northern parts of Scandinavia with a westerly. Those cold -10 upper air temperatures are being pushed back in towards the west of Russia and far northeast of Europe. It's becoming less cold through Scandinavia. And still just generally quiet and reasonably mild on the western side of Europe. The most active area is probably this area of low pressure in the east and the southeast, so from the Black Sea towards Greece. We've got hot southerly winds on the eastern side of that low being drawn up from Africa, but cold northerly winds on the western side of the low. That's going to bring heavy showers, thunderstorms, and possibly snow as well to these eastern parts of Europe. So through Ukraine, for example, over towards the Black Sea, some very active weather, heavy showers, thunderstorms, definitely possible in the east, and possibly some snow in the west with those northerly winds. So showers extend down in towards Greece and parts of Turkey as well. Coming back through the central and western part of the Mediterranean, from Italy to Spain. There will be showers scattered around, but quite a bit of dry weather really. And going further northwards, many parts of central, northern and western Europe will be largely dry. Some snow through northern parts of Scandinavia, and a few showers breaking out through Ireland and the UK on Monday as well. Coldest again in the east and the northeast of Europe. Mildest in the west, and especially so in the southwest around Spain, Portugal, and also in eastern parts of the Mediterranean. Tuesday, high pressure is dominating the scene through many areas, reaching from the Atlantic into northern parts of Europe. The most unsettled areas to the far northwest and also to the far southeast of Europe, but many places are dominated by the area of high pressure on Tuesday. Upper air temperatures look reasonably mild for northern western parts of Europe. Coldest over on the eastern side of Europe. Heavy showers, thunderstorms, longer spells of rain, sleet and snow in this far eastern part of Europe. Those big showers extending down into the eastern part of the Med too. More showers and thunderstorms beginning to break out through the central bowl of Med. But from Spain and Portugal all the way up to western Russia, there's a large area of dry weather under that ridge of high pressure until we run back into rain and snow, pushing into Norway, and also some rain into towards Ireland and northwestern parts of Scotland. Temperature-wise, we look like that on Tuesday. Coldest again in the north and the east Europe. Not as cold as it is right now, but still pretty chilly through eastern and northeast parts of Europe. Mildest out in the west. Wednesday sees high pressure again dominating through the central areas. It begins to turn a little bit more unsettled though in the far west and northwest of Europe, perhaps with low pressure beginning to move in from the Atlantic. And in eastern Europe, we're still under this trough of low pressure, which will bring further heavy showers and quite cold air. The upper air temperatures still look coldest in this eastern part of Europe, extending down into the Balkans, for example. In the west and the northwest of Europe, it is milder, actually becoming really quite warm, maybe even a little bit on the hot side down through central and southern parts of Spain. Precipitation shows that we've got rain, sleet, snow, thunderstorms across the eastern part of Europe with a trough of low pressure. Some wet weather beginning to move in towards Ireland, the UK, and possibly moving into western parts of France and northern Spain as well by the end of Wednesday. But again, there's a lot of dry weather through much of Spain, Portugal, all the way up Scandinavia and northwestern parts of Russia. There's a big sway of high pressure, bringing plenty of dry and fine weather. Mild in the west, in fact quite warm into Spain. Temperatures probably up into the low 20s Celsius through there, maybe extending into southern parts of France with that warmth as well. Pretty mild in towards either the UK, temperatures at least into the mid-teens Celsius, I would have thought. The coldest weather again is for northern and eastern parts of Europe once more. Thursday takes that high pressure over towards the east side of Europe as low pressure begins to come in from off the Atlantic. That will begin to turn things more unsettled. Upper air temperatures looking mild really for most parts of Europe. The last dregs of the cold air is still there across the extreme eastern part of Europe. Heavy showers, thunderstorms, longer spells of rain, might be some snow included through this far eastern part of Europe. Again, a lot of dry weather through central northern Europe under the area of high pressure. Beginning to turn more unsettled in the west, so some rain, sleet and snow moving in towards Norway. Wet weather perhaps coming towards Ireland. Patchy rain through the UK into France and northern Spain as well. Much of the Med away from Greece and Turkey looking mainly dry. Temperature-wise, again, coldest in the far north and northeast. Most places are actually looking reasonably mild, though, especially so in the western part of Europe, and again, through the Mediterranean, with temperatures at least into mid-teens Celsius. So just when you want today, 10. And Friday, 26th March, you'll see low pressure becoming a little bit stronger in the Atlantic as we go through into the weekend of the 27th, 28th of March. We start to find the high pressure developing over Scandinavia, so that will turn many parts of northern Europe mainly dry. Eastern Europe under a ridge of high pressure, probably reasonably dry as well. Most of the southern conditions look like they're in the west, so there could be some rain across western parts of Europe, although it will be quite mild with winds from the south. And this low pressure here might bring some heavy showers and storms into Spain and Portugal. Bear in mind, we are 10 days out, though, by that point. Right, so that's how it's looking in terms of weather next week, 10 days across Europe. If you enjoyed the video, please smash the like button if you enjoyed this forecast. Make sure to subscribe to our channel. You'll see future weather content if you do that. And don't forget to tell your friends about GavsWeatherVids, get them to subscribe too. Drop a comment, let us know what you think. Go back later on for your 10 to 14 day video update, which will include all regular features. I shall see you later on this afternoon. But for European Outlook, that's all for now, and thanks for watching.